Hello everyone, this is going to be a detailed tutorial on how to complete Chimps mode on Flooded Valley. Now I got the black border earlier today, so I'm going to walk you through the strategy I did. Now it's the typical start with the subs and pat, so let me show you how to do that real quick. You just want a small gap from the bottom of the screen and you want to maybe just a few pixels away from the edge there. It's not exact. You just want to get enough money to get the second sub up top. So watch it there, we got plenty. There we go, and we run that until level 10. And that's when we can afford Pat. I think this was the only really start you can do, besides using something on the rocks, like a sniper. But you're going to want the subs later anyway. Now once we get our Pat and Buccaneer, that's where my strategy kind of differs from others. I don't know if it's better or worse, but it's what I decided to go with, and it worked for me. So we'll slow this down once we get into the 850s to try to put Pat down to get him that little extra XP. But if you don't, it doesn't matter. His XP isn't... You just want to get him as close to the wall as you can get him. Right there. He goes on strong. Next it's going to be our Buccaneer. You want him as low as you can get him next to that sub. Nice and close to the wall. And nice and low. There we are. And that's perfect because you want the bottom of his circle to be just at the entrance of the track. Next is 15. We'll get twin guns. And we will roar on 15. Just to help those pinks. Not that you really need to, but I've lost on 15. So spam twin guns. Wait for a few to come through, and now we're going to roar. Right when those pinks start to come. And that's that. We'll run 17, 18. Get advanced intel. We'll roar on 21 on the yellows as soon as the round starts. And once 21's over, we'll have enough money for airburst. There's 21. Start with a roar. It'll fade, and it should be plenty to kill those yellows. Now that that's over, we can get our airburst. We're on 22 and 23. And 24 is the first micro. It's not really bad at all. You just have to buy Submerge. Wait for this camo to come through. As soon as it decamos, you change it back to first. Very straightforward. Now we move on to our Buccaneer. Get Grape Shot. Then faster shooting. And you'll get Hot Shot in time for 28. Now I'll roar on 28 because, believe it or not, I've lost here. It's popped it and it's yellow is ran through. Then you'll get double shot. And once you get double shot, around 30 doesn't stand a chance either because of the increased fire rate. Next is going to be 33. We're going to change him to Submerge again for that whole round. Submerge. He'll decamo everything, and the Buccaneer will finish everything off. put him back on first. Now this is where you have some leeway. You can either go for plutonium, which is less micro, or you can get a destroyer here. I like to go with plutonium just because it's less micro, like I said. You just wait till the end of the round, buy plutonium, submerge it, and you don't have to worry about any micro for a bit. It's plenty to get you through these rounds. And you'll get it mid 37 for the destroyer. Plutonium and the Buccaneer is enough to get through these easy. So once these leads pop, we'll have enough for destroyer. Right about now. Perfect. And since we have that submerged, those camos are all revealed. Next we'll buy our next sub. Now you don't want this sub to be so close to Pat, otherwise, because we're going to put villages in here later, you want them a little bit above them. Not too far above them. Probably somewhere in there is good. And he's going to get air burst for 40. There's air burst. And you'll roar once the MOAB gets probably about right here. Boom, right there. So Pat still has some uptime. And you'll get triple guns. And you'll get AP darts on 43 just in time for those ceramics that come through. There's 42. And 43. Just spam AP darts. You get those just in time for the ceramics. Next upgrade is going to be 48. We'll get the aircraft carrier. Now I got my little list of what I did later on for your roars and such. We'll keep that handy. You don't really need it until the 50s. Okay. 46 is very short. Halfway through 48, we'll get the aircraft carrier. Once these zebras start popping, we'll get that money. There it is. Aircraft carrier. Now we don't build anything until 63. Or you probably build on 61 actually. Get enough for a sub-commander. And there is some RNG in these later 50s, 57 and 61 due to Pat's slap. His slap can mess you up. But first roar is going to be on 52. It's the first MOAB up from the bottom. You'll see 12 waves and then a MOAB. Here we go. I've counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 MOAB. And we'll do 54 as a roar. After 6 ceramics come from the bottom, then it's a MOAB. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 MOAB. And next you get a roar on 55 as soon as it's up, which will be the 4th wave, which is the big wave, so that's perfect. 2nd wave. 3rd wave, now spam your roar, and 4th wave. Boom. Alright. 57 is the another round you have to micro on. If you don't micro, you have to hope Pat slaps one of the balloons. So put him on close so he targets the bottom MOAB. Once that pops, back to first. Back to first. Now you don't have to worry about it for the second one because you're going to roar. Roar now. Now we can speed it back up. Now we don't do anything until 60. 60 is a roar round. When the BFB is about to pop, right about here, we will roar. Now you can lose to 60 with bad roar timing. But right around here, when that MOAB hits there, is a good spot. When it's about to pop into MOABs, I should say. So we'll slow it down. Watch the BFB. It's working its way down. It's about to pop, so right now we roar. So they got kind of far, so they're going to get deep. They almost got through, but they didn't. Now 61 is around you can lose on as well. But you're going to spam your sub-commander. Just spam that and hope this first MOAB doesn't leak. Which it typically doesn't, but it can. Along with this second one too. See, just like that. So a solution to that is this. Same thing we did before, put him on close. So he pops that MOAB, that dies, now he targets the south. Then back to first. Or that didn't work at all. You're better off keeping him on first. And hoping Pat gets a slap. I've never tried actually squeezing that second one. I wonder if that would be a solution. But now he got a slap, so it's game over. Pat needs a slap there. Then he can speed it back up. Now 63, you want to make sure you place your wizard before 63. Not anytime before that, because you need him to start the round by placing his fire. And if he's placed on a prior round, he won't do that. So in between 62 and 63 is where we place our wizard. He goes right up top. Get him to guided magic so he can put his fire up there. Keep him on first. Now you're going to roar early. So roar about now. There we are. Second wave typically isn't an issue, as long as the wall's up, which it is. There we go. And the third wave, you just spam roar. Spam that roar. Because here they come. And no problem. Now you don't have to do anything else until 71. I'll have to try that in 61, squeezing that second MOAB. I bet you that would work. I'll put it in the comments whether it works or not. Squeezing that second MOAB. So we just run through these. You can roar on these rounds if you like to. You don't need it again until 71. The next round that becomes iffy is 75. What did I put? That's 77. Okay. Now for 71, just roar when the MOABs are in on the map, which is pretty soon. Right now, just roar. You can beat it without a roar, but you can lose there. Now in 75, I did some of that microing as well. With on close, so it targets this bottom BFB. But you have a roar. We'll see what happens there. Okay. Put this on slow. Just keep him on close at the start. You want him to kill this BFB at the bottom half first, so this one right here. See, that lead was the problem. I'm gonna try it without a roar. And now roar. Back to first. So the roar's still happening. He needs to, yeah. Change him to close there, and then back to first. That's the proper order. I was a little slow on that, so it was delayed. So when those two BFBs are coming down, you need the bottom one to pop first. So when both of them are up, he needs to be on close, so he's targeting that bottom one. So 76 is nothing. 77 is a roar round, and that's when we get our carrier as well. So, let's see. I have lost here as well, quite a bit. It's always the rounds that are right next to your final upgrade. I've had better luck keeping him on first the whole round and roaring now. We should be fine here. Yeah, that was good. And we got our carrier. Now we can start to build our ice. We don't get him fully upgraded until 79. We can place him down, get him as low as you can get him, and as right as you can get him on that little tiny platform. Because you want some space on the bottom for him. We'll play 78 slow just so I can get our roar down. I don't remember exactly how many right now. He's going to get 0, 4, 1. Alright, the BFB popped. We'll slow it down here again to see when those camos come out. Listen for the ceramic noise. Come on. There it is, and roar. We should be fine. And get Arctic wind. Alright. And we get enough for snowstorm here. Beautiful. And we can start to place our first village. Now you don't want them too low, but you don't want them too high either. Kind of just in line. Right there is where you want them, I believe. That should be good. Because that leaves us enough room down south for a glue gunner and I think 2 boomers. Let's find out. But there are solutions if you misplace them as well. Let's put them right there. Just like that. And this one is a roar as soon as it's about to pop. So it ends up being about right there again. So I'll slow it down a little once it gets close. Let's roar now. And it just melts them. If you mistime that, you can lose. We get jungle drums here. We roar on 81 when it's up. You want that to get jungle drums. That's the issue. So we roar now. Again, these rounds aren't really necessary to roar on, but you can. I think that's all we need there. What do I get? 80k. Now I'll build the glue. I might as well put him down. I want him nice and high here. I don't think I left myself enough room. We may have. Like I said, there are solutions if you don't. Tuck him nice and deep there. Oh yeah, we can squeeze him nice and tight up there. Boom. There we go, and we can get primary training there. And camo here too. 82 we will roar. It comes up right around the time the fortified BFBs come through. There they are, and we'll roar. And we'll get camo. I mean, the timing on the camo isn't that important, because you don't really get much camo. Oh yeah, we can fit them. Then we'll place our first boomerang. Nice and low right there. Boom. We can get a mid-round, I believe. We're in 83, and that's a roar. We'll roar when the MOABs come through. And we get enough for MOAB press then. There it is. Make him strong. We'll roar now. We'll get a second boomerang. How tight can I get him in there? That's it right there. Put him on strong. No need to roar here. Next thing we get is an alchemist for our sub-commander. Which you want to be touching him. There we are. Can we get him lower? We cannot. Now he's touching the sub-commander. Just keep him at 400. 85. What do I have? The alchemist. That's it. So we can run this. And now our sub-commander has an alchemist buff, which is a great thing. And we have a nice stall down here with the 2 boomerangs and the glue. 86. I don't have anything till 92. Or 88. 86 is nothing. 87 is a roar. And we get MIB on 87. We might get it now. So we'll roar. Yeah, we have enough now. So we'll get MIB. 88 is nothing. We don't have to do anything else roar-wise until 92. And we can afford our second sub. Be part of our sub-commander army. Now that's the route I took, was spamming 402 subs as much as I could. So I'm going to tuck them in there just so they get all the buffs. You don't want them to be next to the alchemist. There we are. We get enough for him mid-round. Again, feel free to roar these rounds because you don't need it until 92. There he is. That was 89. We can afford another one by 92. you can start to build one. Just tuck him in there nice. And we can finish him in the middle of 92, and we're going to roar the ZOMGs here. Let's wait for them to start coming through. They're on the map. We'll roar now. You want to roar about the time you get AP darts so you can maximize the damage. Actually, he doesn't get the roar. He's too far away. So, disregard that. 93. Now 93, you can build your third sub. But the caveat here is you can't afford to get him to AP darts till much later. So get him to 03. Now don't get him to AP darts, the third one, because you need to save for sabotage. So we'll run 93. Don't need anything here. You can freeze that if you'd like to. But 94, you need your roar, so don't use roar. So we're going to roar 94 once these ZOMGs get into play. So right about now we roar. And don't freeze here either. You need all that for 95. So there's our Sabo. So the plan for 95 is... What did I write? Roar as soon as they spawn. Then Sabo. You have freeze as well, but you only really need roar and Sabo. So let's show you. We'll slow it down now. Wait for them to spawn. Roar. Just watch your roar buff when these little exclamation points go away. Sabo now. And you have freeze, but you really don't need it. I'm not going to use it to show you that you don't need it. But you can freeze right now would be a safe time to freeze. But it's not needed. And there we are with that. Now, 96, what do I have on 96? Oh, and 96 is a double roar. So you basically just spam your roar button. There's one. Don't upgrade that sub yet. Can't afford to do that. And two. Double roar. Boom. For 97, we get our shattering shells. So you can build him on the ice here, but you don't need him for damage. And I found sometimes your game will crash if you put him there. So I tend to play it safe and just stick him down here. Get shattering shells. You don't need rapid reload, but there's enough money for it, so you might as well. So we'll run it. Our slow here is great. So once this pops, you just want to defortify all these, and they'll die. I just move it down here. And on 98, we will finish this final sub. So we got rid of fortified on all them. So you're basically, on 98, got a micro back and forth from top to bottom with shattering shells just to defortify everything. And while you're doing that, you're going to roar early. So it's an early roar. So I'll show you how that works. So you usually got to kind of look at your money. When you get 1,000, just take a small break with the microwing, click on your sub, and upgrade them. It's pretty straightforward. So we'll start it. Just keep going back and forth. Let them get a few attacks. So roar now. Upgrade. And then just go back to microwing. Not a big deal. mainly focus on the top because the bottom is stalled pretty consistently. Just keep going back and forth every few seconds. Tab, click, tab, click, tab, click. And that should be enough there. And there's that. Now at 99, you can get another sub to join your army. 1, 2. And you can build a third one. You can only get him to, I think, 202. Can't get him that far. But still, it's free damage. And look, I built him on 99. We'll see how many pops he gets just with that free damage. Now, at 99, I have Sabo as soon as the DDTs come on place. And you're going to ice too. You can't roar here. Cannot roar. You can't squeeze either. Actually, you might be able to squeeze. I've never tried it. But you don't need to. So it's Sabo as soon as they spawn. Just keep that up top. And then freeze. So I'll walk you through the speed. Just watch them for the DDTs. Watch the DDTs. Come right about now. So Sabo. But I did that in the wrong order. I misclicked. We might be okay though. Okay, well, that worked too. You can freeze first or Sabo first. I found it much more consistent to Sabo when they come out, and then when they start getting close, you freeze it. But either order is fine. So he had 1800 pops there. So you make him 203, and just for some extra damage, you're going to want to build another one. 202 you can only afford. So on 100, you roar ASAP, squeeze, and if you have time, you can roar again. So watch. You might as well follow it with this too. So start the round. Roar now. Just follow him with this. Don't really have to, but it's free damage. Doesn't do much. It's about to pop, and you can just squeeze one of the ZOMGs right now. And that's that. Your stall here is great. And that's how you complete it. It's that simple. If you guys have any comments with that, again, like I said, I'm going to test around, what was it? 61 to see if that squeeze works. I'll put that in the comments or the description. So I'll do that right after this. Thanks for watching. Good luck on the black border, and put in the comments any other maps that you'd like done. Bye now.